Okay, you guys keep messaging me, bring back the whiskey channel, so here we go. I think this is an appropriate bottle. This was, at the time, a bit of a comeback for Jameson as well, so let's get into it. Okay, as always, we'll do a little bit of history about the bottle before we do the tasting. So we have here a bottle of Jameson Crested, previously known as Crested 10. Now, why was this a comeback for Jameson? Well, up until this point, 1963, that was the first time Jameson actually bottled their own whiskey, and it was this bottle, Jameson Crested 10, was the first bottle that they actually bottled themselves. And why did they do it? Well, up until that point, everything was bottled in bond. They would send Jameson distillate out to all the pubs. The pubs would bottle Jameson whiskey themselves. It would say Jameson on the bottle, and it would also have the pub's name on the bottle as well. So, of course, the inevitable happened. All sorts of skullduggery. Whiskey was getting watered down. People were trying to maximise their profits. It was destroying the reputation of Jameson whiskey. So Jameson said, enough's enough. We are going to bottle our own whiskey. We're going to call it Crested. So it's called Crested because it has a Jameson family crest on it. Crested 10, I think, originally referred to the age statement, but in later years, the number 10 had nothing to do with the age statement. So it was rebranded in 2016 to just Jameson Crested to try and clear that up. And they left an X on the bottle, obviously the Roman numeral for number 10, a kind of a homage to the original Crested 10. So yeah, a bit of a comeback for Jameson. That's why I say I started the video like that. And again, this was their first actual whiskey that they actually bottled themselves. So, you know, Jameson is going around a long, long time, 1780, and they didn't bottle a bottle of their own whiskey until 1963. Everything was bottled in bond. And of course, all sorts of skullduggery took place. And yeah, that's why we have Jameson Crested 10. So, that's a little bit about the bottle and all the shenanigans that went on with it. So let's get into tasting. All right, let's get it in the glass. Now, the sun is going in and out playing havoc with my lighting here, but it is what it is. We're here for the whiskey, so nice cork pop. Let's get nosing and tasting this. Now, this is a blended whiskey, so it is a grain whiskey and a Potstill whiskey. So similar to the original Jameson, but this has a much higher percentage of Potstill whiskey. So it's 60% Potstill, 40% grain whiskey. It's aged in ex-bourbon barrels and ex-sherry butts. And as soon as I hear sherry butts, I'm on board because I love whiskey finished in sherry. So, on the nose. You know it's Jameson straight away, but it has much more of the Potstill, a lot more of the Potstill. This is a real little gem, I think. If you like Jameson whiskey, you will love this. It's Jameson, but just so much better. So on the nose, straight away you get that Potstill spice. There's some green notes I get in there, some woody notes, a little bit of sweetness to it. It's not very grain forward. There's a little bit of a pepper there as well. But yeah, it's lovely, it's mild, a bit more bolder and more richer than what you would get from original Jameson. That is very mild, but this is Jameson but just dialed up. And much more of the Potstill spices come to the nose first. On the palate, I'm a little bit rusty at this. Yeah, I think it's an absolutely lovely whiskey for the price. Around 40 euros now it is. Honey up front I get. You get some of the Potstill, you get some of those baking spices, a little bit of cinnamon. A little bit of orange peel is in there as well. Slight hint of pepper. There is some of the grain whiskey in here. You will get that. So you get that kind of pepperiness you get from the grain whiskey, but it's not overpowering. Definitely the Potstill is more to the front here. So yeah, it's a lovely kind of honeyed sweetness, Potstill spice on the palate, a little bit of orange peel, a slight hint of pepperiness from the grain whiskey, but very, very pleasant, I think. Much, much nicer than original Jameson. If you like Jameson, you'll love this. Okay, let's do the usual thing. Let's leave it on its side, let it open up, and we'll see if we can see anything else. Okay guys, having let it sit for a bit, let's see if we can get anything else out of it. It's much more orange peel forward now. It's always amazing, you leave a whiskey sit for a little bit, let some of the alcohol evaporate off, let it open up, and it definitely does change what you get from it. So, definitely more orange peel forward. The sweetness has kind of died down a small bit. All those Potstill spices are still there. So all those kind of baking spices that you get from Potstill whiskey, and that kind of lovely green, kind of a green herbally note that's always in there as well. That's all there and present. Pepperiness has kind of gone out of it. But yeah, it's mild but very, very pleasant. On the palate again. Yeah, the sweetness has really died down. A lot more of that spice coming through now. A little bit of pepperiness. But yeah, a very, very nice whiskey. So again, you're going to get all that Potstill you get from it. It's not as expensive as a pure pot still whiskey, but it is all there. Smooth, has a little bit of pepper on the finish because it has that 40% grain whiskey in there, so there is that. But yeah, honey sweetness, pepperiness, finishes, you know, nicely. But overall, a very, very pleasant whiskey. I really like it. I think for 40 quid, it's much, much better than original Jameson. And if you're a Jameson fan, if you like that kind of style of whiskey, yeah, I highly recommend. Okay guys, there we go. I haven't done one of these in years. So that's my first one back with Jameson Crested, and this was kind of their first bottle that they ever bottled themselves, or their first whiskey that they ever put in a bottle. So I thought that was appropriate. I really like it. Again, 40% ABV, so 80% proof. Again, it is a blended whiskey, so you have 60% of that pot still, which is really nice. It's not, I don't get a whole lot from the sherry casks. Maybe there's a little bit in there. But it's not very sherry forward. You definitely get the pot still. The grain whiskey is in there, of course. Yeah, it's just Jameson, but just better. And yeah, anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. I will endeavour to do more. I have a few bottles of whiskey inside in the house that I've not reviewed in the channel yet, so they will be coming up. And yeah, I'll try and get this going regularly again, because I do really enjoy making these videos. You guys seem to enjoy them too. And we seem to share some of the same whiskies that we like as well, so that's great. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here now. That was my first one back after a few years. A little bit rusty, but we'll get better. So, slide your mop macarja. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Yeah, very, very nice. A crowd pleaser. I think everybody would love this. It's not too offensive. It's not very bold, but very, very pleasant. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.